Hi guys, this is a continuation of the CloudFormation presentation, right? We stopped at the outputs, right? CloudFormation, what is an output? Output is basically creating a dependent stack first, then that will be referred by the independent stack, right? That is, for example, if a company has a security group, they want to define all the firewall rules like an ACL rule, security groups across the different departments. Similarly, for network also they could do that. So in this case, I have an agile rule security group, which is defining the EC2.security group with the ingress rule of CIDR range 10.0.0 at the port 22 for TCP opened. The interesting thing is, if you see here, the resources will be there for any of the CloudFormation you want to create, right? But now we are adding a tag called outputs. So in the output, we are referring back to the resource what you want to expose, right? So here we are exposing as a my company wide SSH security group, and the export name is going to be SSH security group version 01. This should be the unique name. Okay, we have to. You could keep the rest the same, but if you want to have a different version of it, you have to change the export name differently. Next, we will be creating the another stack. This is a independent stack, AC2.instance, which is a T2 micro. But interesting thing is, it's in the security groups, it is using a import value. This import value is going back to the SSH security group 01, what we created in the dependent stack. So first we will be creating one stack, dependent stack, then we will be creating an independent stack, consuming the dependent stack. We will be creating the next dependent stack, which similar thing, I added one more ingress rule. Then go back to our independent stack and update the stack to the new security group. Let's see this in action. Okay, so now we need to create the first security thing. Right, so it's here. So I have a version 1, SSH security group version 1. I have to give a name. So I'd say common SG OR1. Okay. So I'll be creating the rest. I'll be just saying next. Create the stack. Okay. So first we created the dependent stack. It should take probably a maximum a minute. It should be done pretty soon. So this has been initiated and created, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the independent stack. So in the independent stack is nothing but it's EC2 instance referring back to the security group version 01. So let's do that. So secure EC2. Okay. I'm just keeping everything as default, just creating the stack. So what this is going to do is, it is going to create the EC2 machine and it will be creating the security group what has been defined in the dependent stack. Okay, so that way, for example, if I have 20 different EC2 machines, I don't have to keep on creating the security group in every of the stack. It will be created only once and it will be consumed in the rest of the independent stacks. So this hardly will take a minute or so. Yeah, so if you go here, if you go to the dashboard, I hope there is going to be one EC2 instance which should be running. So let's go here. Let's go to the security group. Here you guys should see my pretty 10.0.024 security group, right? So far so good. So now I'm going to create the another dependent stack. Okay. So what I'm going to do is create a stack, new resources, upload the file. So version 2. So this has two ingress. Common SG version 2. I cannot update the existing dependent stack because there are consumers for it, right? So you are creating another dependent stack so that you could have some machines referring to the security group 1, some groups where some machines will be referring to the security group 2. So that is the valid use case. So now this is being created. So now what I'm going to do is go back to my independent stack thing, changing the import value to 02. Okay. So now there is a trick there. Okay. So I don't want to create one more time for the independent stack. I will be doing an update. In this case, I will be changing okay, so I'll be choosing this thing, say next. This is trying to figure out the change set. So now it's saying my secure instance, this has been changed. Yes. So I want to say update stack. So this is going to take some time, but basically now what's going to happen is this is going to associate this new security group to this instance. Okay. So this way, either you could update the existing machine to this new security group, or if you want to create a new machine, then you could refer back to either security group version 1 or security group version 2. So you have both the options available. So this is how the common group will do. So this is done. So now let's go back. Now if you see here, see this is version 2. Previously it was version 1. And if you go inside, now you see blah 0.0 was there in version 1 itself. Now this has been added in version 2. So now you guys see the power of referring to the dependent stack from the independent stack. So this is a part of this particular demo. And next I will try to show the nested stack.